My sister cried at my funeral. At least that's what everyone told me. Because I wasn't there to see it. 3 weeks earlier, I had vanished. No goodbye, no warning, no body. 1 minute I was driving home from work. The next I woke up in a hospital nearly 1,000 miles away. I had no phone, no wallet, no identification, and no memory of how I got there. The doctors said I had suffered a severe head injury. For days I couldn't even remember my own name. Then the memories started returning, slowly, painfully. My apartment, my fiancé, my family, my sister. I called home immediately. The number had been disconnected. I tried my fiancé. No answer. I tried social media. Every account was gone, mine included. It was like I had been erased. Then I searched my own name online and found my obituary. I stared at the screen in disbelief. According to the article, I had died 2 weeks earlier. A tragic accident. A closed casket funeral. Hundreds of mourners, pages of condolences. I couldn't breathe. Someone had convinced the world I was dead, and somehow, everyone believed it. I returned home in secret. I needed answers before anyone knew I was back. The first place I went was my house. The house I owned. The house I paid for. The lights were on. A car sat in the driveway. My fiancé's car. I looked through the window and felt my heart stop. A woman was sitting at my kitchen table. She looked exactly like me. My height, my hair, my face. My fiancé kissed her, then called her by my name. I stood frozen in the dark because the woman pretending to be me was my sister. For an entire hour I watched them, laughing, cooking dinner, living my life, like I had never existed. The next morning I followed them. What I discovered was even worse. My sister wasn't just pretending to be me at home. She was pretending to be me everywhere. My workplace, my bank, my doctor's office. Even government records had been updated. She had become me, completely. And somehow nobody questioned it, not even my parents. That night I snuck into my childhood home. I needed proof. What I found destroyed me. My parents knew everything, every single detail. I listened from outside their bedroom door and heard my mother say something I'll never forget. Once the inheritance clears, she'll never come back. The inheritance. Suddenly everything made sense. 6 months earlier, my grandfather had died. He left behind a fortune worth nearly $20 million. But there was one condition. The money could only go to me. Not my sister, not anyone else. Me. I always thought it was unfair. My sister hated it. My parents hated it. And now I knew why. They had found a way to take it by replacing me. For the next month, I gathered evidence, recordings, documents, photos, bank transfers, everything. I learned the truth piece by piece. The accident wasn't an accident. Someone had tampered with my car. The hospital where I woke up had received an anonymous payment. My disappearance had been planned. Every detail, every step, every lie. Then I discovered something even worse. The conspiracy didn't start 6 months ago. It started 28 years ago. While reviewing old family records, I found a sealed document, a DNA report, hidden inside a lockbox. I opened it and felt the world collapse around me. My parents weren't my parents. My sister wasn't my sister. I wasn't related to any of them. At first, I thought I was adopted. I was wrong. The truth was far darker. 28 years earlier, a baby girl disappeared from a hospital nursery. The case was never solved. That baby was me. I had been kidnapped, raised by strangers, loved by strangers, lied to by strangers. My entire life was built on a crime, and the people responsible were the same people I called mom and dad. When the inheritance appeared, they panicked. They knew DNA verification could expose everything, so they decided to erase me before anyone looked too closely. My sister would take my identity. I would disappear forever, and the truth would die with me. But I survived. 2 months later, federal agents arrested all 3 of them, my parents, my sister, my fiancé. The investigation uncovered decades of fraud, kidnapping, identity theft, and conspiracy. The trial lasted nearly a year. The evidence was overwhelming. Nobody escaped prison, not even my fiancé. He admitted he knew I was alive the entire time. He just wanted the money. But the final twist came after the trial ended. Investigators finally located my biological family, the people who had spent 28 years searching for me, the people who never gave up. I met them for the first time in a quiet room at a courthouse. My biological mother cried before she even spoke. Then she handed me something, a photograph, taken the day I disappeared. I was a newborn wrapped in a pink blanket. On the back, she had written 5 words, "We'll find you someday." For 28 years, she kept that promise. And in the end, she did. The people I spent my entire life loving were never my family. The people searching for me were. And the funeral my sister attended, it wasn't the day I died. It was the day their lies finally did. The end.